Hello and welcome back sa klase natin. As for this session, we'll be talking about the chapter 3 of your uh, subject, which is entitled The Impact of Technology. So, let me just share the screen and then start na tayo ng discussion natin. Okay? So, that's good. Yan. Okay, so in this chapter, we'll be talking about the evolution of humanity, wherein it has been intimately intertwined with the development of transformative technologies. Okay, so from the discovery of the fire to the harnessing of electricity, so these innovations have propelled us forward, shaping the course of history. So at the first part of this discussion, we'll be talking about the industrial revolution. So the topics to be discussed in this chapter includes, of course, the industrial revolution, and then we'll be talking about its impact on every aspect of our daily life. And then at the last part of this discussion, we'll be having a brief overview about the transformative technologies. So maybe we can start by defining or uh, introducing ourselves in the what we call industrial revolution. Okay, so the industrial revolution is considered to be the first major technological upheaval of humankind. So it began in the late 18th century and extended into the 19th century, which is I guess we're not part of the industrial revolution if you were born in the 2000s. Okay, maybe we have another revolution there, that is the age of information. Okay, so yan, uh, this marked a transformative era in human history, and it was a period of profound technological advancement, economic growth, and societal change. Okay, so makikita natin dito sa ating screen ang na-imagine natin lagi in industrial revolution is mausok, maraming pabrika, maraming kung ano-anong, let's say, pollution. Okay, so actually, the Industrial Revolution focus on the word industry. Okay, so industry is like a market. Okay, uh, back then, noong wala pang industry or wala pang, let's say, a market that holds every production of different things. Okay, we have a simple transaction with each other, okay, barter man yan or what, makikita natin that every person has a product that is made by him, okay, and then ibebenta niya yon, di ba? But later on, in this era, okay, ang nangyari is that maraming product ang binuo. Okay? At yung mga product na yun ay galing sa mga factory. Kaya nga na-imagine natin lagi pag sinabing industrial revolution, it's like boosting the quantity of production of different goods. Kaya marami tayong mga factory, marami tayong mga pabrika na nandyan, and then na-imagine natin mausok yung mga yun. And that's because wala pang electricity that time. Okay, so all of the movements of the factories, okay, lahat ng mga gumagalaw na makinarya doon are powered by what we call steam engine. So we will talk about that later on. Okay, so in this discussion, we will explore the impact of transformative technologies from the Industrial Revolution, which is yung tinutukoy ko ngayon, to the digital age, which is yung kung nasa na tayo. Okay? And their profound influence on our society, culture, and our way of life. Okay, so sabi ko nga kanina, Industrial Revolution is an era wherein they change how goods are produced. Okay? Goods that is being sold to market. So, maraming gustong bumili, marami dapat may produce. So, they encourage other people to, let's say, magsama-sama sila at saka gumawa ng mga product. Okay? So, during this time, traditional agrarian and craft-based economies shifted towards industrialized and mechanized systems of production. Ito yung tinutukoy ko. Dati kasi, kapag meron kang bibilhin, let's say sweater, yan, bibili ka doon sa taong gumawa lang nun. Okay? Let's say, yun lang yung hobby niya habang nandun siya sa bahay nila, or nagtatanim siya ng mga fruits or ng mga plants, and then binebenta niya yung mga fruits na yun na siya ang nag-ani. Okay? Dito sa Industrial Revolution, nandun na yung production ng mga goods na yun with the help of different mechanism sa mga factory. Okay? So, dito sa picture na to, makikita natin that we have a textile factory. Okay? So, meron tayo ng mga tailors, and then hilera sila dyan, gagawa sila ng mga, siguro mga sweater or mga damit, ganun. Okay? So, kung hindi siya nasa Industrial Revolution, the production of the clothings noon, magpapatahi ka talaga sa mga sa mga kanya-kanyang kilala mo. Okay? Pero dito, since meron na tayong mga mechanized systems of production, mas marami kang pagpipilian, maraming na produce, and you don't have to kumbaga yung i-personalize lahat ng mga bagay-bagay na meron ka. Okay. So, yung mga pabrika na to, sabi ko nga, hindi pa sila tumatakbo into using electricity. Okay. Back then, in the first phase of Industrial Revolution, okay, everything that is moving, lalo na sa mga mabibigat na makinarya sa mga factory natin, let's say hindi man tela yan, kumbaga paper milling ng mga or mga gilingan ng mga iba't ibang bagay para makapag-produce ng raw materials, they are powered by what we call steam engines. Okay? So, yung mga natin, mga pabrika natin dati, is meron silang mga conveyor belt, and then sunod-sunod na lang yung production sa iba't ibang machines like yung nakikita natin sa picture dito. Okay? So, yung mga machines na yun, they are able to be moved. Okay? Or yung kumbaga, nagagamit natin sila gamit yung mga pulley. Okay? Or yung nakikita natin dito. Yan, may belt tayo dyan, and then may umiikot doon, and then etong mga shaft na to is connected doon sa mas malaking makina na pinapatakbo ng steam engine. Okay? So, steam engines powered the factories and mass production revolutionized the manufacturing. Kaya nga, ang na-imagine natin lagi kapag pinag-uusapan is Industrial Revolution, mausok. Ayan, kasi steam engine yung kanilang mga nagpapagana ng makinarya nila. So, makikita natin later on yung kung ano ba talaga itong tinatawag na steam engine at kailan talaga siya first na ginamit. Okay, so let's go to the 3 phases of Industrial Revolution. Umpisa natin doon sa 18th century or before pa ng 18th century, that is 1760s up to 1840s. Okay, so before tayo pumunta doon, let me just give this insight that this era also witnessed a massive migration of people from rural areas to urban centers. Okay? So, yung mga nasa nasa bukirin or nasa malalayong lugar, at dumadayo sila sa mga city or sa mga lugar na may mga factory, okay, para mag-work. Okay? It led to the rise of factory-based labor. Hindi na tipong yung pupuntahan ka ng ibang tao sa bahay mo tapos magpapagawa sila ng bagay or ng goods na ikaw ang makakagawa. Ngayon, ikaw na yung lalapit doon sa mga industry or doon sa mga factory, and then you'll offer the services para sa kapalit ng pera. So, hindi na kumbaga hindi ka natetenga. Gano'n naman ang disadvantage kapag kapag hindi ka nagwo-work na tuloy-tuloy, di ba? Yan. So maghihintay ka lagi ng bibili ng goods mo. But here in Industrial Revolution, meron na tayong constant income. Ayan. So pare-parehas. Ayan. It gave the birth to modern industrial workforce. So yung mga insights ng ibang tao, no, like kunwari dadayo ako sa syudad para magtrabaho or maghanap ng trabaho. Actually doon nanggaling yung Industrial Revolution, or yun yung concept ng Industrial Revolution. Okay? Kasi instead of nasa probinsya ka, pupunta ka sa mga urban centers. Okay? Para magbigay ng labor mo or mag-offer ng labor mo in exchange of income. Ayan. So, ayan, punta na natin yung three phases of Industrial Revolution. Sabi ko nga, start tayo ng 1760s up to 1840s. Okay. So, we'll talk about the first phase ng ating etong Industrial Revolution. Actually, maraming nabuo dito sa first phase na to. Unahin na lang siguro natin, syempre, sabi ko nga, ang pinakaunang product lagi dyan is yung textile or yung mga clothing. Yan. So, in the first phase, okay, it included the invention of the spinning jenny, the water frame, and then the power loom. Okay, so actually yung spinning jenny is like a manual of the power loom, and then yung water frame is another version lang ng power loom. Okay, ano ba yung tinutukoy kong power loom na to? Okay, so sabi ko nga yan po yung natin. The first phase was driven by innovations in the textile industry, including the invention of the spinning jenny and water frame. Okay. So ano ba itong power loom na to? Okay. Since ang pinag-usapan natin is textile, mga damit-damit, hindi tulad ng factory natin ngayon na yung mga ginagamit natin ng mga damit is already made and then tinatahi na lang. Noon is talagang mano-mano na hinuhulma, tinatahi fabric by fabric. Okay, so tingnan natin kung paano ba gumana itong power loom na to. So let me just click this. Ayan, tingnan natin. Okay, so play na lang natin to. Ayan, so yan, masyadong mabilis. Ayan, let me just explain. Ayan, okay, ang ginagawa niyan is like, this is just a miniature of the power loom, yung actual power loom. Nakita naman natin kanina kung ano yung power loom na tinutukoy ko. Okay, so pakita ko ulit. Ito yun. Yeah. Okay, so this is just a power loom na kung saan meron tayong mga dito, yung naka-roll na mga tela, okay? Or yung fabric lang. And then, tuloy-tuloy yan na magiging, let's say, blanket, or let's say, tablecloth, or tela mismo na gugupitin pa lang para maging damit. Okay? So, yung power loom na nakita natin kanina, okay? So, nilalagay pa lang niya yung raw material, and then yan ay ipapasok niya doon sa parang needle. Yan, yung needle na yan, it's not the conventional needle na okay, yan ay yung dadaan sa pagitan ng iba't ibang fabric, okay, para maging meron tayong tinatawag na weave ng mga ng mga tela. Okay? So, yan. Nilagay niya doon and then yan ay magiging mechanism natin to go left and right. So, makikita niyo po dito guys, yan, meron tayong parang nag-go back and forth just to move the weave of yung fabric natin. Yan, hanggang mabuo yung yung blanket, yung kung ano man yung ginagawa doon sa pabrika natin. Okay, so ganyan po yung power loom. Okay, so siguro kung mahilig din kayo mag-crochet or crochet, no, hindi ko alam kung ano yung tawag nila doon, yung craft ng mga textile. Okay, it is on the same concept. Okay, so yan, maglagay ng tela and then yun ay magmo-move from left to right, then vice versa para mabuo yung tela. Ayan o, kikita ninyo. So, tinataas niya yung bawat weave para nagkikriss-cross hanggang sa mabuo yung mga handkerchief and so on. Okay, so that is the power loom, guys. Okay, so as you can also notice, meron tayo nung mechanism niya dito na hindi siya motor powered. Okay, ito kasi motor powered na, pero this is just a miniature. Pero noon, yung gumagalaw na mga shaft dito, okay, yung mga nagpapagana sa mga movements na yan ay mechanical talaga na hindi siya motor base. Ayan, or yung electronic. Okay, so mechanical yung pagpapagalaw dyan, and they power those mechanism via steam engine. Okay, so mabalik tayo doon sa natin kanina. Okay, so andito na tayo sa power loom. Okay, yung steam engine naman na na sinasabi ko, okay, it was developed by James Watt, okay, in the late 18th century, and it greatly improved also the transportation. Okay, hindi lang doon sa pagpapagana ng mechanism natin sa mga factory. So, tingnan natin kung paano ba gumagana ng isang steam engine. Okay, so makikita po natin dito guys na meron tayo noong source of heat, and it will create a compression doon sa isang chamber na kung saan mag-up and down po yung shaft natin dito dahil sa pagbaba ng temperature at saka pagtaas ng temperature doon sa chamber na yon. Okay, so it's like controlling yung compression ng air dito. Okay, so ayan, mas mainit, and then itutulak niya yon. Kapag mas mainit, itutulak niya yon, leading to a movement doon sa natin, sa mechanism natin. So ito, pwede natin tong ilagay doon sa ating power loom and so on. Okay, pwede rin sa mga tren. Ayan, kaya nga doon nanggaling yung locomotive natin na tren. Okay, steam engine yun. So dito yung reason kung bakit ang na-imagine natin kapag industrial revolution is mausok. Oo, kasi syempre kailangan nilang magsunog para magkaroon ng heat. Ayan, and it will create a compression of air, okay, or decompression, just to have a movement ng mga mechanism na meron tayo sa ating factory or sa ating mga transportation vehicle. Ayan, kaya mausok noon, sabi nila. Yes. Okay, so puntahan naman natin yung other na nangyari noong first phase. Ayan. So, tapos na tayo doon sa paggawa ni James Watt nung atin pong steam engine. Ayan. So, the Industrial Revolution, okay, created factories, and these factories emerged as central hubs of production, and urbanization accelerated as people move from rural areas to work in this factory. Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Okay? So, instead na nasa isang lugar lang sila, nandun na sila, they produce a lot of goods doon sa mga factory na yon. Okay, so in this industrial revolution kasi yan, nandyan yung paggawa ng mga sasakyan, pag deliver ng iba't ibang goods, and then makikita ninyo na lahat yan sunod-sunod yung pagtrabaho nila. Okay, unlike na very simple lang yung buhay noon. Okay, now let's go on to the second phase ng Industrial Revolution. This happened in the mid-19th century and the early 2000th century. Okay. So, ano bang nangyari dito? Okay. Kung noon, yung first phase is textile po yung yung main product lagi. Okay, it's all about creation of clothing and so on. Okay, dito naman sa second phase, okay, this gave birth to the innovation of steel production. Okay, meron naman ng steel production noon, pero innovations in steel production, let's say paggawa ng mga mas matibay na bakal, yan, syempre marami ng needs ang tao niyan. Okay, uh, iba't ibang klase ng blacksmithing, sabi nila. Okay, it also gave birth to the telecommunications, which is na topic din natin nung earlier discussions natin. It also gave birth to electricity, so hindi na lang tayo nandoon sa steam engine para mapagana ang mga bagay-bagay. Hindi na lang tayo nagsusunog lagi. Okay? Meron na tayong electricity dito sa time na to. Okay. So, and then the internal combustion engine or yung mga nasa sasakyan natin ngayon. Okay, so it revolutionized the industries and then the transportation sa phase na to. Okay, so noon lahat puro sunog, ngayon iba-iba, naghalo na nga. Yeah. So dito rin kasi nangyari, okay, when it comes to the talk about the communication, okay, the development of the telephone, the telegraph, and the radio facilitated long distance communication. Okay, tulad na rin ng ginagamit natin ngayon sa mga cellphone natin. Okay, it transformed the business and daily life of everyone. Okay, so ayan, nakikita natin si Bruce Lee dyan na nagsisend ng message through telegraph. Ayan, so via Morse code yung nila. Okay, so sabi ko nga rin dito sa ating phase na to, naimbento din po yung electricity kasabay po nun nung paggawa ng light bulb. Ayan. So si Thomas Edison yung yung nag-imbento ng light bulb, okay? Kasi syempre may kuryente na rin. Alam naman na gagana yung light bulb natin gamit ang ang uh, ang apoy, di ba? Ayan. Okay, so here's a picture of Thomas Edison at the light bulb's golden jubilee anniversary. Ayan, and this in his banquet in his honor noong 1929. Ayan. So ito po yung light bulb noon, 'di ba? Ang laki, akala mo bolang kristal na Okay. So ito po ay the prototype na ginamit niya. So with electricity gathered dito, okay, it will create a chemical reaction and then later on, yan, may ilaw na yung bulb natin. Okay? Pero ngayon, naka-LED na nga tayo eh. So, yan. Tsaka yung mga bumbilya ngayon, mas maliit compared dito, of course. And then, mas power efficient. Okay. So, let's go naman doon sa natin, sa third phase, which is or which happened on late 20th century up to present. So ito na po yung kung nasa na tayo. Okay? Actually, hindi it's part of industrial revolution because the production of goods and services na ngayon is nagbabago na rin. Okay? Hindi na tayo pumupunta ng factory kundi may mga robot na rin nandun sa factory. Okay? We don't have to give a lot of effort para sa labor na yon. Okay? Bahala na yung computer minsan na siya na ang maghuhulma ng kung ano-anong bagay doon, siya nang mag-automate ng mga processes, okay? Pero syempre, kung titignan natin yung concept na nagbago pa rin yung workforce, it's still part of the Industrial Revolution kasi nagbago yung industry. We don't have to work on the site. Pwede na tayong mag-work sa bahay, mga ganon. Okay? Uh, so, this often referred to as the digital revolution actually. Ito po yun. Or, we sometimes call it as the information age. So, this phase is characterized by the rise of computers, digital technologies, and the internet. So, ayan, nagbabago na, di ba? Okay. Ngayon, kapag mag-work ka, kailangan mo lagi ng internet kasi dependent na tayo. Ayan. At saka, kung titignan din naman natin, etong time na to kasi, ito yung nagbabago na yung mga computer natin. So, the semiconductor company or technology led to the development of microprocessors and personal computer. So, makikita kasi natin dito na yung history ng computer ay ayan. Ayan. So, yeah. So, this is designed by Vexels. Makikita natin, 1940s may computer na, pero it's all about, switch off, switch on ng iba't ibang bagay just to produce something. Yan. So, hindi siya actually automated. Yan. Nangyari lang yung automation ng mga computer natin or may mga programs na kung tawagin nung 1970s. This was the part na kung si Apple at si Microsoft is nag-start na ring mag-imbento ng kung ano-anong pwedeng ihandog sa market natin. Then 1980s, ito na po yung meron tayong compact, yan, personal computers. In 1990s, hiniwalay yung central processing unit doon sa ating display device and then so on. And hanggang ngayon ay wireless na yung meron sa atin and then syempre paliitan na ng mga computer ngayon. Minsan nga yung power ng isang desktop ay mahihigitan pa ng mga laptop minsan eh. Okay, depende na lang kung paano sila naka-manufacture, di ba? Okay. So, sa time na to, ito yung mga nangyayari and then so on. Hindi natin alam kung anong pwede pang mangyari in the next few years. Okay. Kasi, in this phase din naman, okay, the internet and mobile devices have transformed the industries, communication, commerce, and entertainment. Kaya nga, it's still part of the revolution or pagbabago ng mga bagay-bagay sa industriya na meron tayo. Okay? So, with the help of these changes, okay, we accept na meron tayong nakukuhang impact sa kanila. Okay? So, dun papasok yung isa pang topic natin ngayon, which is the impact of the Industrial Revolution. So, I'll be stating the impact and then let's identify the good and then the bad from that impact. Okay? Kasi syempre hindi naman laging maganda. Hindi rin naman laging walang masama na naidudulot yung mga bagay-bagay. So, let's start by defining the impacts or identifying the impact and then seeing the good and the bad in its impact. Each impact pala yan. Sorry. Okay. So, the first impact na pag-usapan natin is the technological advancement. Okay. So, syempre, meron tayong revolution sa workforce natin. Nagbabago lagi yung ating mga gadget, di ba? The Industrial Revolution introduced numerous inventions and innovations. Yan. That revolutionized the industries, transportation, communication, and daily life. Okay? Syempre, ang maganda dito, kapag meron tayong impact na ganyan, technological advancement, mas marami tayong gadget or tools na pwedeng tumulong sa atin, di ba? Okay? Sa atin nga ngayon, we don't need to have a lot of gizmo or mga gadget para lang gawin ang isang or ang iba't ibang bagay. Mostly kasi nasa smartphone na lahat. You want to have a good photo, meron na sa cellphone yung magandang camera, 'di ba? You don't have to have a digicam or yung minsan nga yung DSLR, ah, hinihigitan pa ng ng mga cellphone, camera ng cellphone natin, 'di ba? Okay. Yun nga lang, syempre, since meron tayong advancement sa technology natin diyan, the bad side or the bad impact of this is frequent change, 'di ba? Halos ang bilis maluma ng mga technology natin. Okay? One, 1, 2, 3 years ago, sikat pa ang ganito and then ngayon wala na. Okay? Hindi nga natin napansin nung year 2000, black and white pa yung mga cellphone natin and then ilang years lang, eto na tayo, nasa 2024 na tayo. Halos meron na tayong mga 3D na display, 'di ba? Na itutupi pa natin yung mga colored ni screen natin, touch screen pa, interactive pa yung screen natin. So, how much more in the near future? Kaya ang bilis magbago, syempre, kailangang sumabay lagi. Okay? So, another impact is the labor changes. Okay? Syempre, in a workforce, magbabago yan kapag sakali man na meron tayong mga factory na it requires or they require change. Yeah. Factory-based production led to changes in labor practices and the rise of wage labor. Ayan. So, labor unions and worker movements emerged in response to working conditions and the need for workers' right, 'di ba? Okay. Noon okay lang na magtrabaho ng ganitong oras, medyo nakakapagod, mga ganun. Pero after several years with the changes in industry, yung mga trabahador or yung mga worker natin, they demand more. Ang nangyayari is that hindi na sila sanay doon sa dating gawi sa mga factory, 'di ba? Ngayon, gusto nila mas relax na lang. Okay, so the change in labor is syempre, kung marami tayong ways on how to do our jobs, then we get more jobs, 'di ba? Okay, so that's the good thing na meron tayo more jobs. Okay? Kasi syempre, yung mga na yan, mga worker na yan, they try to innovate their practices, okay? Yung mga nakagawian nila, meron na silang mga tools na pwedeng tumulong sa kanila doon, gaya nga sabi ko kanina. Kaya meron tayong mga bagong makinarya, mga bagong way on how to do our job. Yan. Yun nga lang, yung mga hindi nakakasabay, okay? Or let's say mga trabaho na hindi na kinailangan dahil may pumalit na technology sa kanila, lalo na yung mga nasa factory, okay? They are called as displaced worker and then they are the bad impact or result of the etong labor changes na meron tayo. Okay? So, bad yun kasi syempre, dati nagtatrabaho sila tapos noong nagbago ng practices yung company, sasabihin nila, hindi ka na namin kailangan kasi meron na kaming makinarya na gagawa ng trabaho mo. So, maybe you can look for another job. Mga ganun sila, di ba? Okay? Yung makinarya na nilagay nila will be maintained by another person na kung saan i-hire pa lang nila. Okay, so that is one of the bad impact of labor changes sa isang industrial revolution. Okay, another na meron tayong impact is the economic transformation. Okay, ano nga ba itong economic transformation na yan? Okay, tingnan natin. Okay, so it is the shift from agrarian economies to industrial economies. Okay, and it led to the increased production, economic growth, and wealth accumulation. Yan. So, capitalism and modern market systems were strengthened in this impact as well. Okay. So, sabi ko nga, kapag usaping ekonomiya, pera yan, di ba? Okay. Pag mas maraming trabaho, mas maraming nabebentang goods, then we have more income. Okay, so that's the good thing in this impact. Yun nga lang, may mga ibang business that they try to mitigate the risk na malugi sila, okay, or they try to eliminate their competitors. Kaya meron tayo ditong uh, bad na output, okay? Okay, yun yung tinatawag natin monopoly. Okay, ano ba ang monopoly? Ito yung kumbaga pag-control sa presyo ng isang bagay kasi sila lang ang pinanggagalingan ng bagay na yon. Okay? So, in Industrial Revolution, there's a lot of new things and hindi marami ang nakakaimbento. Okay? Yes, may naimbentong bagong bagay pero as of the moment, ikaw lang nakakaimbento nun kaya pwede mong ibenta sa kahit anong price na gusto mo dahil wala kang kakompetensya. Okay? Example na lang dyan is yung ano natin, mga cellphones natin. Okay? Nagkakaroon tayo ng monopoly dati, okay, dahil ang nagko-compete lang is Sony Ericsson tapos Nokia. And then later on, nagsisulputan ang madaming brand. Okay? Ngayon nga, nagko-compete is si Apple, okay, sa kanilang mga iPhone, and then si Samsung, and then other companies pa, di ba? Okay, so, anong mangyayari kapag may bago ulit na gadget na kung saan wala pang tatapat? Kaya monopoly yun. Okay. So, another impact na meron tayo is, yan, urbanization. Nabanggit ko na rin ito kanina eh. Yung paglipat ng mga tao from rural areas into urban or yung mga pwede silang mag-work sa mga lugar na yon. So, the good thing is, meron tayo ng mga merging of different people. So, hindi na lang tayo nung, ay, probinsyana yan, ay, probinsyano yan, hindi niya alam ang ginagawa niya. Ngayon, pero is, lahat na marunong na. Okay? So, noon din meron tayong impression na ay taga ganito yan na syudad, matalino yan, mga ganon-ganon, 'di ba? Okay, so nawala na yung ganon ngayon kasi nagmo-merge na yung mga tao. Okay? Ewan ko lang kung sa inyo rin pagka tapos yung makapagtapos sa pag-aaral, maybe you are eyeing to move out to the city. Ayan. So pupunta ka ng NCR, okay, or sa mga capital cities, or you move out of the country just to find a job, okay. So that is one of the impact na meron tayo kasi sasabihin natin hindi ko mahanap yung trabaho na nandito kasi yung mga trabaho dito dati pa rin gusto ko medyo may challenge, mga ganun-ganun tayo, di ba? Okay. Yun nga lang, syempre, since you will be leaving your comfort zone and you will be facing a lot of challenges. One of the challenge na meron tayo dito sa dayo sa isang lugar is the high cost of living. Ayan, sabi nga rin nila, kapag pumunta ka ng Maynila, yes, mataas nga yung sweldo mo, pero mataas din yung cost of living mo doon, sabi nila. Okay, so, ang nangyayari, yung mga taga doon, sumasabay sila doon sa bad impact ng urbanization. Kung noon, relax sila, ngayon nakikipagsabayan sila. Okay? Taga dito kami, pero bakit ang mahal ng bilihin? Mga ganun-ganun sila. Kasi syempre doon nagkukumpulan yung mga tao eh. Okay? So, kung noon, halos libre lang dyan yung mga kung ano-anong bagay. Ngayon is kailangang bayaran dahil hindi lang ikaw yung nandoon. Yan. So, another is the social impact. Yan. So, syempre, ang social impact naman po guys is nakafocus naman po yan sa living standards. Ayan. So, Industrial Revolution brought both prosperity and challenges. Okay, while it increased the overall living standards for many, okay, it also resulted in social inequalities. Ayan. So, tingnan natin. The good for this impact is, of course, prosperity. Okay. Marami tayong marami tayong, uy, kakilala mo si ganito. Uy, ganito yung trabaho niya. May alam siya sa ganito. Okay? In a society, mayroon tayong mga referral and so on. It will create more jobs or opportunity na meron tayo. So, prosperity yon. Yun nga lang, meron tayo nung mga tinatawag na social inequalities. Okay? So, these are like, kumbaga, pagka-classify mo ng ibang tao and so on. Okay? So, like, kunwari, ay, ang trabaho lang niyan lagi ganito. Ang alam lang niyan ganito. Okay. So, hindi mo alam kung good ba yun or bad. Okay. Maaring good kung sakali magagamit mo yung skills na meron dun sa taong pinag-uusapan. Pero kapag sakali man na wala ka namang pakialam dun and so on, maaring mag-result pa yan sa social inequalities. Sometimes then, makikita rin natin yung social inequalities sa mga working conditions nila. Like, kunwari, kapag nasa isang lugar ka at saka ang turing nila sa'yo ganito, okay? Or nasa probinsya ka, ang sweldo mo ganito lang, okay? While kapag nasa ibang lugar ka, ang rate mo ganito rin. Okay? Inequalities yun actually, social inequalities. Because we are eyeing that yung mga taga main city or capital city of different countries is mas marunong daw sila sa lahat ng bagay or sa iba't ibang bagay. Okay, while yung tao naman na nasa probinsya is simple lang daw yung ginagawa, mga ganun. So, that is this ano uh, discrimination. Okay, and then the last na impact na meron tayo is the global impacts, okay? So, the good thing for this is maraming nabuo na technology. So, it created transformative technology that paved the way for us to depend on technology. 'Di ba? Marami na tayong ginagamit na gadget sa internet natin. Okay? So, we are very dependent. Yun nga lang, syempre, the global impact of this revolution, we need more energy for those gadgets na ginagawa natin. We need more connections sa iba't ibang tao just to prove a point or just to conduct our uh, business, and then nagkakaroon tayo ng mga, let's say, pagbabago sa mga uh, pakikitungo natin. Okay, so the bad thing in this industrial revolution, in the perspective of global impact, is environmental. Yan, oo. Kasi syempre, we need more energy. We have to produce more energy. We have to create more ways to create energy, di ba? Yan, social, yan. Halos lahat na ng tao ngayon, hindi mo na rin makausap. Okay. Dahil nakatutok na sa screen. Okay. Political, ayan, nagagamit na rin nila ang industrial revolution na uh, to introduce different propaganda and so on. Yan. Cultural challenges, nandyan na rin po yan. Nag-emerge po yung mga challenges na to, environmental, social, political, and cultural, sa global impact. Okay? Kasi syempre, etong ano natin, etong transformative technologies natin, it took us to a new dimension. Okay? So, from the invention of the microchips to personal computers to software development, okay, to the internet itself, okay, hanggang sa umabot na tayo sa sa artificial intelligence na halos yung trabaho mo pinapagawa mo na rin dun sa artificial intelligence na yon. Okay, you encourage machine learning, okay, which is a subset of artificial intelligence na kung saan it continues to advance, driving innovations in fields as diverse as autonomous vehicles, mga ganon, di ba? Yung kotse natin ngayon, bahala ka nung mag-drive ka mo dun sa kotse. Gusto ko pumunta dito sa lugar na to. Okay? Tulog muna ako. Tapos gisingin mo na lang ako pag nandun na ako. Mga ganon ka dun sa Okay? Artificial intelligence. So, nagbago yung yung paggamit natin sa technology. Okay? So, it transformed us. Kaya nga, ah, dito sa ano natin, sa topic natin, okay, itong transformative technology is meron tayong good and bad talaga ah, na nangyayari. Okay? So, let's go doon sa ano sa last na topic natin, the transformative technology. Okay? So, ano ba 'to? Okay. Transformative technologies are those groundbreaking innovations that have the power to reshape industries, societies, and the way we live our lives, 'di ba? Okay. So, from let's say nung pandemic, 'di ba? Nagbago yung ano natin, yung way ng education natin, okay? The technologies present in those days transform kung paano tayo ngayon, okay? So, these inventions or these innovations often emerge at the intersection of science and technology actually. And they have the potential to disrupt existing norms and create entirely new paradigms. Diba? Okay, like kunwari noon, ang akala natin sa klase, face to face lagi. Papasok ka, yan, magtuturo si teacher and then mag-aaral ka tapos ayan, ganun lagi yung routine. Pero ngayon is marami na tayong ano, marami tayong way, 'di ba? Yung norm na kailangan synchronous lagi, pag absent ka, mamimiss mo yung klase. Ngayon, kapag may na-miss kang klase, tingin ka doon sa notes or sa ano sa recorded discussion, wala kang problema na nahuli ka sa discussion. Meron din naman yung time na uh, busy ka, let's say may work ka tapos kailangan mong aralin ng isang skill, okay? Meron tayo ng mga courses na kung saan you have to you have the ability to or the chance or opportunity to take the course on your free time. Yan. Kung kailan mo lang gusto, pag pagod ka na sa sa lesson na yun, sige, bukas tuloy ko na lang, mga ganon. It doesn't require ano na lang yung tinatawag na four corners of the uh, classroom. Ayan. So, another din naman yung internet natin. Of course, hindi na tayo dependent sa pagre-research sa mga libro-libro and so on lang. Okay? Ngayon, may internet na tayo. Kaya, sa communication pa lang, sa commerce pa lang, okay, masyado na tayong masyado na tayong naka-mold sa paggamit ng technology, di ba? Okay. Yung mga decision making natin nandun na rin, nakabase na rin doon. Bibili ka, tingin ka muna sa internet kung merong alternative. Meron kang gustong sabihin, gusto mo munang i-correct yung sarili mo bago mo isabihin yon, tingin ka muna sa internet. Gusto mong mag-apply ng trabaho, marami kang pagpipilian, 'di ba? Okay, mamimili ka na lang kung anong company ka mag-a-apply. Ano ba yung mga benefits dito? Naka-display na lang yan. We are abundant in information nowadays. Okay? And this abundance of information was the output of these innovations. Kasi these innovations not only drive economic growth and enhance our quality of life, but also bring out ethical and societal considerations that require careful navigation. Okay? So, hindi lang laging uh, go lang ng go, sabi nila sa mga innovations na to. Kailangan mo rin naman tingnan kung saan dun yung limit mo or yung do not cross na line. Yan. So, embracing and harnessing transformative technologies is essential for progress. Yes. Oo. Lahat naman ng aspeto ng buhay mula working sa pag-aaral sa pagtulong sa kapwa, pag-communicate sa iba't ibang tao, pag-improve ng mga bagay sa environment mo, kailangan laging may transformative technology. Okay? So, yun nga lang, it demands thoughtful governance and ethical stewardship. Okay? So, this is to ensure that benefits are accessible and equitable to all na gumagamit ng technology natin kaysa naman yung ang nagbe-benefit lang ng technology na to is yung mga ibang tao at gagamitin nila yun against another people, di ba? Okay. So, from the word transformative, this technology transform our way of life nowadays. So, from industrial revolution hanggang sa kung anong meron tayo ngayon, nakita natin in this discussion. So, I hope you learned something po. And as for the end of this chapter, okay, our task is to answer the activity 3 dun sa ating libro. And we'll discuss it by next meeting if we have the chance. So, again, thank you for the time, and I hope you learned something in our topic, the impact of technology. So, okay. Bye guys, and have a nice day.